Hello everyone, today's the 26th June and it's almost nearing 12 p.m. here in the UK. Now let's take a look at US30, shall we? Um, I've turned off all the indicators and I thought today we'll just do a fresh naked chart just because um, so I've taken just an update on the phase 2 of the challenge. I've taken I think 2 trades and I've lost both. That's over a span of like 2 weeks, I think. And so the last one I took was last week, Friday or Thursday, and because I've already cleared my thing, so I kind of forgot where the actual thing was, the trade. But I took it off a pin bar, but then it just decided to retrace. So what I should have done is really looked at the divergence indicator too, but then it is what it is. So overall, I am down 1.6% on the account, which is still okay. But I just thought like I needed to really, really like strip backwards and kind of look at it with no indicators, without the noise, and just come back to basics a little bit, just so that it gives me a different look rather than just depending on indicators. Okay, so let's just get into it. uh, I do think overall US30 is very bearish. However, we do have fair value gaps at the top, which I do think price is going to come and retrace. I'll show you guys what I actually mean. But before I do that, I just want to let you guys know. So these lines are basically session open. So this was Asian session open, London session open, and at 8 o'clock. This is all UK timing, okay? And this is pre-market to New York, which is at 1 o'clock. So New York opens at 2:30 bell. You guys know that already, which is what caused this long wick here. Okay, and so I've marked up the same for today. Now, as you guys can see, normally what I like to also see is that the previous session's highs or the lows get taken out. So if you guys can see, this was the previous New York session. So open, and then this is the close. Hold on. Where did that shift? Okay, so it's the open and the close, and you guys can see I marked up the lowest point during that session. However, price did come all the way down to take this liquidity up. I was hoping price would hit this liquidity, and then I know I'm definitely going for a buy when we hit a break of structure. So having said that, it did not really clean out this liquidity, which is annoying because that would have been really nice. However, you can see that on a 15 minutes, we had our highs, we had our lows, and price broke structure at this candle here to the upside. Okay, so I'm still not going to be trading until New York Bell opens anyway. But so this is like an indicator that price could be trying to push to the upside, but I do obviously want to really have a, so this is the low that at the moment, and I want to see what price does here. If it breaks, it has to break and close below the wick for me to consider this a low. At the moment it's not, it's still teetering here. However, on the 30 minutes you can also see a break of structure. Okay, so possibly prices come out, taken out this liquidity, and could really rally up, or for the 2:30 bell we could get a nice long wick, take this liquidity before it rallies up. So for those of you who, because of the breaker structure, I do feel like price is going to go up, but I'm just trying to find a better, how would I say, entry, or possibly even miss this trade if price decides to rally up, because it's already given us a break of structure, guys. I would actually patiently just wait for another rally and another break of structure before I do decide that it is changing momentum, just because I don't like the fact that it did not sweep this liquidity at the bottom. um However, like I said, it did sweep this, the previous low right next to it. This was the lowest point of the for the news. Okay, so I'm just going to show you guys why I say that price I do think is going to drop. All right, like, okay, there we go. So you can see, obviously trends are important. We need to know what the trends are looking like. So this is on a daily. It was an uptrend and we started to get some retracement down. So all this while it was a retracement, the break of structure. Oops. So we want to consider this is our low. This candle here, this is our lowest point at that point when all this was forming. However, on Friday this long bearish candle formed and closed below this week. So therefore, I am very bearish just because on a daily, it has given us a break of structure, a trend shift. Okay. Now it could be heading to this imbalance right here, or it could be going further down to where the liquidity levels are. There's a zone right here, there's a zone right here as well. All right, if I were to turn on my money concept, so you can see there's an equilibrium right here, which is the zone areas, and like I mentioned, the zone which is just right here. Okay, but I just want to be able to also tell you guys it's so important that you be able to mark up the zones without the help of any indicators, because sometimes I think indicators do give out a lot of noise, and I sometimes just like to eradicate all that noise and be able to just look. So these are the two zones. So these areas or POIs are where I'm looking at take profits when price decides to tank. Okay, I'm just going to delete. So these are the zones, but this fair value gap is the first point that I am looking for price to come and touch and fill the fair value gap before I actually take further profits to the next, take profit two, take profit three, that kind of thing. And if it still keeps going, and then obviously we have this levels of interest as well, and we've got a whole lot of liquidity at this point. Okay, but I'm not even going to look at those right now. I am just going to worry about where price action is at the moment and deal with that. Okay, guys, so I'm just going to remove all of this just so that it doesn't get messy. Okay, now, so I'll tell you guys why I feel like price is gonna go to the upside. Now, I'm just gonna go drop to the one. I would go up to the 1 hour right now. Okay, so so I'll tell you guys why I think price is going to be going up. Now, you can see on a 1 hour here, this was a low, this was a low. So this was the previous low that I had marked up, or rather this low. You can also say price did close below this, so obviously it is going to be bearish as well on an hour. However, there is an imbalance right up here, which price possibly could come up and touch. And then if you drop to a 30 minutes, like I told you guys, it took out the previous low per se, and we did have a break of structure on the 30 minutes to the upside. Okay, so I do personally feel price could come back into the imbalance zone, take out the London's last Friday's London's highs as well, because there's a whole lot of liquidity, which I did think price was reaching towards that, but it was just too bearish to get up there. To take all that liquidity stored up there and clear liquidity on this level, fill the imbalance as well, and then we are looking for sales because we are totally bearish. The reason why I still haven't entered a buy, firstly, I'm waiting for New York Bell. I just don't like to enter before New 30, 2:30 bell. Just I do sometimes, but then I'm really watching it because sometimes New York Bells gives this really, really long wicks, so it takes out the previous session's high or low. So really, if we look at what do you call that? London session, which we are in at the moment, this area here. So this is from 8 o'clock to 1 o'clock pre-market New York. So if I were to say which, like, it could possibly, so this is our London sessions low. All right. So New York, when it opens, it literally could take this London session low, which at the same time will take out last Friday's London's low, right? Because it's so close to each other, which is what I think price would do. Now, for me to say that price is on the upside, it has already broken structure. You guys get me. So this was the previous high, and price already at this candle, it is up it's a broken structure, which is a trend change. However, for it to stay at a how would I say, a uptrend, it needs to break the low, which is this. It needs to close below this low, all right, which obviously it still hasn't. So it could, so if you guys took a trade of this, then your low should be really below this, your stop loss should be below that low. However, I do think price could just come down and then do a long wick and close above it. That would where it, if the minute it does that and closes above, then that will be my entry. I could wait for a smaller break of structure on a 5 minutes to or a 1 minute time frame just to catch an entry within here, rather, because if not, we would have taken an entry right at this candle. But now I could possibly get a better entry within this level when the New York bell hits and takes this out. So this is what I'm thinking price could do. All right. So and if it does, we are going to get a very nice entry, a buy signal around here and all the way up to this imbalance right here. Okay, so that would be 33945. Yeah, that would be my target really. I'm just going to, yeah. So that would be my target. So roughly around 33945 would be the area of interest at the top of the zone. Okay, so if you want the zone, that would be 33889 or 33890 to 33945 or 50. Okay, so this would be my area of interest to take it for a buy to the upside, and then wait for a rejection, wait for a break of structure on the 15 minutes or the 30 minutes, and then look for fair value gaps and see where price will retrace on a lower time frame, and then enter for shorts. And I've already told you guys where my entries for shorts would be. It will be right down here where there's an imbalance on the daily. Right, guys? So that's my analysis right now for US30. So hopefully we see some nice entries. Form gives us good entries later for New York session. Okay, so like I said, price has broken structure to the upside on a lower time frame, but however very bearish on the higher time frames. So I still do think bears are in play, and this short is not really a retracement. It's just yeah, you can call it a retracement, but it's also like a bearish no, sorry, fair value gap filling, you know. So that's how I look at it. Let's just see how it plays out. So be very mindful where price is at the moment, and be patient just to see if it takes up the London's low when New York opens, and we have it. All price could really rally up without, you know, we missing our entry because it's already given us a break of structure, and that's fine. I'm not going to chase the trade, you know, because in my mind I do want the lows to be really taken out before I enter so I get a better entry. However, if you guys want to take a buy entry, it's already given a break of structure on a 30-minute, yes, but you will have a larger stop loss. That's all. And if it does rally, I'm still not entering it. I'm gonna wait for my cells to then set up, and then I'll enter the cell where it does a structure break at the fair value gap imbalance at the top level, where it gives us a rejection of the fair value gaps, and then I'm entering it. Okay, guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed or learned a thing or two of my where my headspace is when it comes to US30, and let's see how it plays out. All right. So see you guys in another video, and trade safely. Use proper risk management.